We made all the decisions on Ulyana's path, so now it's just the watching show.
I was gonna say the watching show. It's like
you still can.
The watching show. It's kind of like how in the Lego movie, it's like, Pa, hold still right there. Gotcha. And he like takes a step. Pa, you just moved. There's literally no reason for you to move.
Yeah. Sorry.
Right. Anyway, I lost my arrow. I was using that on the show, but you could maybe watch.
Well, we will be on your side just in case, right? Sure.
I think so. I don't clearly understand what happened here, but presumably nothing that worrying.
Okay, we are going for breakfast.
Soon we lost sight of them.
Let's go and use way.
Ulyana said cheerfully, "Food is all you think about."
What other crap? Will it change?
It's right about it at least. Wait, I just have to wait for the camp leader's decision. No, we don't. Let's just go. We headed to the canteen.
Joe.
All the camp had gathered for breakfast except Olga Dmitrievna and Slavia. It might be for the best, I guess.
What are you thinking about?
Wow, there's a girl question. Ulyana asked me cheerfully when we took our food and said, "The same thing.
Come on, stop worrying about nothing.
Maybe it's nothing for you." Well, really, what was particularly bad about that? What?
Particularly. Go back.
I'm trying. Oh, my arrow showed up. Woo! Particulately. Particulately. Good job. And especially if you have a reason.
Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
You know, our camp leader, she's a bit crazy.
ECCEN? Well, maybe so, but we didn't do anything like that. Anything at all.
Heckin'. I hope she believes that too. My relationship with Ulyana had improved dramatically lately. That's not what that is, dude. At least at first, I only saw her as a naughty, ill-mannered child, but now I see her as more of an adult child. Although there weren't too many. And now, just when everything was starting to work out, I had a hard conversation with the camp leader that loomed ahead. Maybe I just dreamt everything that happened, and Slavia's reaction this morning was clearly just caused by oh shit.
Enjoying your meal.
That's what she said. Olga Dmitrievna was hanging over me. She leaned at me menacingly.
Yes. Would you mind explaining your behavior?
Mind explaining what?
Well, for example, how you happened to be in the Cybernetics Club utility room. Where did you get the key, and what were you even doing
I
there?
recall the circumstances in which I obtained the cursed key. I should speak to Electronic about that. Is Slavia told you our version?
We were watching a film.
Ulyana claimed nervously.
The whole night?
That's not
I'm
like
happy
her.
about.
Yeah, she's happy about that.
Yeah.
Good. Continue. The camp leader asked sarcastically.
Then I just fell asleep and Semyon stayed with me.
Wah! Alert.
And so there was no chance for you to go to your cabins. Not even a tiny one. Wink! And what are you going to say?
It sounds like fucking retarded.
You expect me to believe that?
No. It's the truth, though.
I can't really accuse you of anything. That's ultimately what she
Every
always
time,
does. It's like,
every
you're in
time.
trouble, but I don't have any
Power.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's just,
Every
waste of time.
The camp leader started slowly.
But on the other hand, the entire situation is beyond normal. Pioneers must not behave this way. And there are too many inconsistencies in your story.
We get it. I agreed fantastically.
Fascistically. I will do the following. Ulyana, you are on detention and you will be confined to your cabin, and I will decide what to do with you later.
Ooh, I know what to do with her later and where. I looked at Ulyana attentively. Contrary to my expectations, she did not look upset.
Clearly, I do not think this is your fault, but to be fair...
We never do.
Okay, you know what me kids need. Bye.
She stood up instantly and headed to the exit. Olga Dmitrievna didn't try to stop her.
There's always too much trouble with her, and she got you into all this.
I didn't really get what she got me into.
What's funny is ultimately Semyon's whole motivation has been, like in his own playthrough, was to just avoid everything and just go home. Ironically, if he was bad, that's what the reward he would get for being bad, is he gets sent to his cabin where he wanted to be anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny.
Not
the reward structure's all
not
goofy.
super tight.
Right.
You seem to be too harsh on her. Whoa.
Show me another pioneer like her.
Creepy. Yeah, they had normally like a smile, but now they drew teeth, and that just looks weird. The camp leader laughed with her teeth. She laughed like this. It's like when she received detentions. When she receives detentions for misbehaving, that's another story. But here,
Actually, I don't really understand what was indeed going on, but my duty is to look after your moral character. And this situation is suspicious. Highly suspicious.
and how long are you gonna keep her imprisoned?
I don't know.
Olga Dmitrieva pondered for some time.
13 years? The day is the departure.
With that blank stare.
Yeah.
I don't know. 13 years.
Today's the departure. But in these circumstances,
What departure? I jumped at the word.
the term is ending today. This is the last day.
It was the only response I could squeeze out. The last day, meaning I'll finally be able to leave this damn camp. Maybe it's time for my suffering to end, and I'll get back to my ordinary reality. But why so suddenly?
Sudden for who? I talked about it in the lineup.
She has a point. At the lineups, I was usually sleeping and looking around and didn't really listen to announcements. And at what time?
At about 5 o'clock. Don't forget to get ready.
Yet, I hardly have anything to back. She stood up, took a tray, and was going to leave. So what's going to happen to Ulyana?
I'm going to beat her with this tray.
I'm going to beat her ass with this tray.
I'm going to paddle that ass. I don't know yet. I told you. She will probably leave later.
How's that? Not with everyone.
Well, yes.
Is that normal? I was truly surprised.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know about the wrong, but it's quite strange for sure.
Well, I still have work to do. Get your ass over here.
I still have work to do.
Yeah. Get your ass over
See you in the seat.
Take this tray to your ass.
I dug aimlessly at my porridge, which had gone cold long ago. Departure, the possibility of getting my ass out of here. But on the other hand, Ulyana, I myself felt guilty before her.
She was smiling when she got in trouble.
Oh yeah, she knows you're gonna leave her. In the end, she was penalized. Well, I at the same time wasn't. No, it's not like I wanted to share her misery, but I don't think that it's fair that she sits there locked up. Well, there is still time before leaving. It should be quite enough to make the situation clear. First, I decided to talk with Slavia. I hope she has calmed her tits.
You loudmouth fucking idiot slut.
I'd gotten used to finding Slavia at the square, so I went there without any doubts. Why exactly there? Because in this camp, I predominantly met her there, but that wasn't a single soul. I stood there for a while looking for the monument and head to the library. It makes sense that Zhenya could know where her neighbor is right now. After knocking the door, recalling my previous experience, that was not a useless mannerism. I went in. Zhenya distracted herself from her book and looked closely at me.
What do you want?
What's wrong? Why do you act like this? Come on.
Hey. I doubt you wanted to read something. Hey.
Well, no. The classics of Marxist Leninism were my favorite literature. I wanted to know where Slavia is.
Why do you want to know?
She said that as if she wasn't sure that this conversation is over, and thus she proceeded with her reading. Well, since I'm asking, clearly I need to know.
Should be on the pier.
Jenny answered indifferently, which is perfect for that voice. Dang! Learning what I wanted to know, I heard her hurried away. Yes, Zhenya has a tough spirit. At least I have issues understanding her. On the pier, some pioneers were pulling boats into docks while others were running around with oars and ropes. After looking closely, I noticed Slavia's body hanging out of her pioneer outfit. Cleaning up? I asked the most natural question that came to my mind.
Yeah.
She answered without turning. Listen, I
want to talk about Ulyana.
Well, yeah. Honestly speaking, I had no idea what to talk about. Slavia found us in the storage room, got it wrong, and told everything to the camp leader. Now it's not her concern anymore if you think about it. On the other hand, it would be a waste of time to talk to Olga Dmitrieva right now. Maybe I just subconsciously wanted to understand.
Did
Slavia's
you want
reason.
something, or you just gonna stand there?
Yeah. I'm just standing there blankly with this water
literally.
ambience.
So what did you want to say?
Yeah. Well,
Anybody home?
Ulyana got punished. Maybe she won't even leave with us. She said something about leaving her there for 13 years.
No wonder. That bitch deserves 13 years behind bars.
I always hated that bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I just wanted to explain to you that nothing special happened there.
Frankly speaking, I don't know. I just had to report everything.
So you didn't leave anyone better off? I mumbled to myself.
Of course, I'm not sure that it was right.
She said confusedly. Well, what's done is done. Do you think it's possible to get Ulyana freed from house arrest?
You're worrying about her so much.
Slavia finally looked at me and smiled. Not about her, just about justice. Well, I was a bit confused. I found
There's
the right
a league
answer.
of that. Well, you know I can't plead her.
I do, that's for sure.
Just wait, she'll calm down eventually.
Yes, I guess that was the best decision. You're right. I stood near her in silence for some time.
We boned in another timeline.
I wanted to hear the silence, but yeah, imagine us boning in that other timeline. Slavi didn't seem eager to keep on talking. Still, there was some sense of incompleteness, but faced with the idea of an uncomfortable situation lasting for several hours, I decided not to be burdened. Okay, bye.
See you.
She smiled. In the middle of the square, I stopped to think. There is still a lot of time until the departure, and I have no one to do. Just yesterday, when it seemed like I was stuck here forever, I had lots of time, even though there was actually very little. I felt the need to think of act faster, but now that I've gone only 5 hours left until the camp will leave and spend, I decided to visit Ulyana. After all, if she isn't allowed to leave her cabin, that doesn't mean I cannot pay her a visit. I knocked very loudly.
You're not welcome here.
An angry voice sounded from behind the door. I pulled on the handle and entered. I disregard your consent. Hail, prisoner!
Oh, it's you.
Ulyana said disappointedly. What? Am I the only one who isn't welcome here? I tried to smile.
Why did you come?
Well, I thought that you'd be bored here all alone.
I'm fine.
Where's Alyssa?
As you can see, not here.
Come on, why are you so angry? In the morning, you were in a much better mood.
Angry me?
Not me, that's for sure.
You have nothing else you could do, so you came here, right?
Yeah, my bad. I sighed theatrically and hung my head.
Well, sit down then.
I sat on the opposite bed.
So tell me something.
Let's come up with a way to prove to Olga Dmitrievna that we did nothing wrong.
I did nothing wrong.
Ulyana corrected me.
You seem to have nothing to do with it.
Well, okay. Let it be.
But why?
A tricky question. It feels like we've swapped our roles. I was suggesting a stupid plan while she was a voice of reason. Well, because we did nothing wrong.
What's the matter with you anyhow? And I'm gonna skip it now. Skip it up this time.
Well, sure, but like that was actually intelligible. I tried hard. Sure. I tried hard to cheer her up, but it looks like I haven't succeeded so far. Want to do something, maybe?
It's lunchtime already.
I took a glance at my watch. Yeah, right.
There's a job for you since I mustn't go out. Go and bring me something to eat.
No. I saluted her and hurried out of the cabin. No. Recently, I started to think that finally something has clicked in Ulyana's mind. Maybe the punishment had an effect on her, or possibly it was something else, and my attitude toward her has changed. Her wrongdoings used to make me feel nothing but irritation, but now there's also understanding and sort of sympathy. After all, I used to be a child too. And not that she's a child, she's a consenting adult. Perhaps if one explained
an 18-year-old child.
Might be able to avoid any mistakes. Alrighty then. In the canteen, I had an argument with the cook who refused to give me a double serving. What am I thinking of? Ron, never mind. However, everyone in the camp already knew about Ulyana being grounded, so eventually my powers of persuasion won out over dietary standards. Soon I was sitting at the other's cabin, tucked away my and tucking away meatballs with potatoes, just like a last meal.
What are you talking about?
Well, every death row prisoner has the right to make a last wish. Thus, my last wish is a lunch like this. To my surprise, the food was really delicious. Delicious. What would your wish be?
Well, not to not be executed, of course.
That's a good wish.
Why didn't they think of that?
That's not how it works, though. It's your meal you can wish for, not you get a wish. What do you wish for? To not be executed.
Everyone in the audience. Yeah. The judge goes, your wish is granted. You're free. Yeah. Then they goes, just stab a bunch of people.
Oh, God, Dimitri, you have the audience. Fuck! You can't.
Wow, you can wish for anything.
No. Well, you can, but within certain limits.
That means it's not anything.
Okay, then. If it's not anything,
then that's not interesting.
This conversation kind of is not good. Well, I believe being a death row prisoner is hardly meant to be interesting in the first place. This conversation's
kind of not good.
I grinned through my teeth.
I wouldn't know. I never went through that experience.
Execution? But if you think about it, that's almost my situation. This camp is myself for several more hours. I'll stay under arrest and I'll face uncertainty just like I would after death. The only difference is that I had more options. If I wanted to attend lineup, then I'd do so. But if not, then I didn't. What are you going to do next?
What do you mean?
Well, after the camp. She looked at me with surprise.
Back to school, of course.
Yes, only for me, leaving this place is kind of like crossing a barrier, a frontier, and the end of something and the beginning of something else. A week ago, it was terribly hard for me to realize that I'd been pulled out of my usual world and brought to God knows where. But then I got used to it. And here we go again. Basically, the only difference is that now I face a sense of fear and horror about the blunt, slightly seeking uncertainty.
And you.
Well, I'll find something to do. She burst into peals of laughter. Yeah, what's the matter?
You sit down. I'm sure it's gonna be clown.
Why?
I can't have to look at you.
But why?
You always act like a double daughter. It's the best out of brush.
But why? Well, there are questions, a lot of truth in the words. I have my reasons. I mumbled and turned to face the window.
What reason?
Various. Why are you so curious?
Have you forgotten that I'm a child?
Wait, so she is?
No, because we've had very conflicting things saying that all the characters in this are 18. That's the first thing you read. And then we've heard something about everyone or her being 17 or something.
Well, I think, okay, here's what I think it is. 17 is legal where this game was made. So they're all legal. And so when this game was made in English, they're like, basically, they're legal.
Basically, she's both. She is a legal child.
So stupid.
I think that's what it, yeah. I remember your theory from before.
I wish they would just come out with it and just be like, hey, this fantasy's for perverts and this one is for the perverts
okay, there is no country where this is legal, but it is in our fantasy world or something like that. Just don't sue our asses. Well, half an hour with you is like a terrible torture for me.
Look who's talking. Just one nice to get the person.
What makes you think so? You said that word, got me.
Y'all did y'all soul search trying to find out something. Let's have all for you.
I gave Ulyana an amazed look. I would never have expected such a little girl to be capable of such mature judgment. And
that's it.
At the very least, I know how to behave myself, and I ended up getting grounded.
It's a matter of chance.
Sorry, I had to check that. Wait, what? What? Okay, sorry, I was looking at the wrong numbers. I had the numbers wrong. Okay, sorry. Yeah, sure.
If last night.
She stopped short. Last night, what?
Nothing.
No, finish what you started. She just opened it.
She just takes his pants off.
Yeah, I was gonna say that she just opened her mouth when steps were heard behind the door, and a second later, Olga Dmitrievna entered the room. I decided you two can phone.
There you are. That's even better.
Oh, yes. Now carry on with what you were doing and let me watch. She seemed confused and lost for words.
Well, I reconsidered this morning's incident, and it's not like it became much clearer, but it doesn't look like a big deal. So, Ulyana, you're officially not grounded anymore.
If only you did that right from the start, I muttered loudly.
Did you say something? You're grounded.
No, nothing.
Departure is coming. Time to pack your stuff.
Pack your shit. Saying that, she left the cabin.
I see how it all turned out.
In that picture when she's standing, she's holding like a tray in her hand. And the whole thing, like she came just to beat her ass with it.
Yeah, but then you were there. Yeah.
That's why she was caught off guard like she was.
Yeah.
But it's continuity.
Yeah.
I sighed. Are you going to pack?
Yeah, I guess so. And you?
It's not like I've got much to pack. Indeed, it was the truth.
Can you help me then?
Okay, sure, why not? She started to pull her clothes off out of the cabinets and stacked them on her bed.
Off.
Wait, watch it. You'll mess up everything.
It's okay. I'll watch them at home.
T-shirts, shorts, skirts, shorts, dresses, shoes, trainers, underwear. The pile of clothes is growing and growing. You really brought all this stuff here all on your own? Considering all its constitution, it was hard to believe. She laughed. We started to pack the clothes into a big bag. I tried to pack things carefully at first, but realizing it's pointless, I resorted to stuffing everything to make it all fit. At last, there were no more clothes in the bed, and we even somehow managed to zip up the bag.
So that's it.
Yeah, I looked at the clock. It was about 40 minutes till the departure time. Damn.
No, it was fun.
Meaning?
Well, last week was fun.
Oh, yeah, I said absent-mindedly.
Don't you think so?
Why?
Sounds so absurd to me.
Well, I must admit that I'm not exactly walking on air, yeah.
What would you like?
It's not like I expect everything at once. You see, a few moments were, how can I put it, a little unexpected.
Like you're so bored.
Said Ulyana, turned away from me. Well, what did you expect from me?
You sound like you got absolutely nothing to remember later.
Yeah, there sure is plenty to remember, I gleamed.
And that's what I said.
She looked closely at me. That made me a bit uncomfortable. Stop looking at me!
And do you remember?
Sure. And you, I guess. saluted, springing up my attention with my hand over my heart. However, I do really have something to remember about her. Yeah, we had to be out of adventures, but who was Ulyana for me? Just a nosy kid from another reality. On second thoughts, do I really care that much about my situation right now? From the very first moment I appeared here, everything changed tremendously. So right now, I was just curious about what's going to happen next. Sure, the unknown is not the most pleasant perspective, but I must admit that it's a breathtaking one. Whether I return to my world or not, it's not to me anymore. It means that I don't really have a choice. I have to adopt the local living conditions, and one of those conditions is sitting right in front of me, smiling broadly. You know, you're not as silly as I first thought.
What do you think I'm saying about that?
She said as in an offended tone. Just kidding.
You mean a joke?
All right, it's time.
There you go.
Ulyana said happily and pointed to the bag. Yeah, I shouldered her belongings. The weight almost made me bend in half. I was thankful for the fact that the bus stop was just a few hundred meters away. Wow! I shoved her stuff into the bus and then hurried to get my mobile bag and some other pioneers left here.
There's that picture again.
Yeah.
Everyone is here.
Begin on Dimitrievna.
You're leaving our camp today. I'd like to tell you something in parting.
She was visibly nervous and desperately lost for words.
I hope that you'll... Does this stuff... Can you fast forward
Yeah,
this?
I'm going to try. Nope.
I hope that you'll be able to learn some found new
Yeah,
friends.
but they are
next year, 'cause
recycling.
they can't return back.
They are recycling dialogue.
Yeah, we could just...
Yep. No, this is different. Perhaps it was the first time my words just passed by my ears. Well, this art is completely different. Like a different person drew this. It's so weird. Soon enough, everyone boarded the bus. The last seat next to Ulyana. The first row is taken by Slavia. Don't care where people are sitting. It's not important. It turned out a bit embarrassing for your neighbor. Whoa. Get away from me.
It's fine. Yeah, we get all my stuff here.
It looked at her closely. It seems a little demon had changed her attitude and her voice. It could... Could it be that I'm a friend to her? An odd word seemed to have lost its meaning for me ages ago. I can't recall any of my acquaintances that still had them and would call friends. Maybe even back when I was at school, and now someone who considers me a friend. Anyway, what does it all mean to me? I always felt more comfortable thinking about the strict stuff with perspectives or ordinary issues. And indeed, during this time I spent in the camp, I managed to become close friends with Ulyana. She awakened those long forgotten feelings for me. Because this means to be friends. I smiled and tousled her hair gently.
And it's that for?
She puffed her lips. Just because. Oh, you're so romantic.
Will you marry me when I grow up?
Stop! Stop it. It's the back of the hand. Oh my gosh. Sure!
I'll hold you to that.
Okie dokie!
Let's go, Carlos.
Why not? We gathered around the suitcases being used as a table. Melissa joined us with long pauses. There's a lot of laughing, cracking ass, and happiness. Except what happiness.
Fucking ass.
I said cracking ass and happiness. Right now, there's a bunch of fighters, managed friends, and
Cracking ass is so funny to me.
Tried to get back. This is bullshit.
I can't breathe.
Breathe. Just getting dark. The game was long. All the pioneers pretended their seats. They had no idea how long it would take to get back to center. Like eternity found beyond the windows of the picture darkness. No magnet between the world and the least cabinet of surroundings and concerning in the moment. It seemed like diminished reality is more completely normal, and it does not really matter like if these things started being friends. This bullshit
Something
about life.
that's going.
It's just awesome. Ulyana laughed quietly. I don't have a place to return, so I can choose my life the path I want. Yes, we'll part ways soon. Probably see the most forever. Pleasant warmth from my body. Jizz. I felt like a kid again. Ulyana put her head on my shoulder and quickly fell asleep. Game over. Game over.
You lost the game.
Sometimes you may feel tired, but only because you're tired. Wait, what the balls? Not because of hard work, but also because of joy. You can become tired from fun joy. That is true to his character. Anything can make you tired.
It's legit. That's
literally
like
what
the
he's
quintessential
saying.
line of the game for sure.
That's all you need to know about him. I'm tired. I'm gonna fall asleep now. I fell asleep with a smile on my face because I'm well written.
Day.
Right. Okay. Now this is the whole soliloquy. I'm gonna try to fly through this because we're so close to the end now. This is the speed reading bullcrap, and we're gonna see how she pops up in real life. I felt like I hadn't slept at all. It happens all the time. You just close your eyes. Now this I recognize. I yelled so hard I broke my jaw. Something was wrong. Though it's not something that is wrong. Oh, I was back in my apartment. But how can that be possible? I began to panic and started calming myself down. Physical tenderness and tiredness Emotional one I was going to do was some kind of floating in my mind with a panic. It was about half an hour before I collapsed on the floor. I started to feel mass in the ceiling. It seemed like I had not gone anywhere else. It was still lamp, plaster, and was it a dream? It could be. It can't be. You just can't. Spend the entire week with a pattern. It can't. But it's just definitely not that I remember everything perfectly. Yeah, I remember all this. Blood, yeah, is freaking out because he's like, I remember everything perfectly. This doesn't make any sense. Damn it! I roared and put my hand from my head. I can't remember. But it's not that bad. Wait a minute. Why would it be bad? On the contrary, everything's fine. I would say it's perfect. I've broken free from that goddamn world and returned home. The most important thing now is to not end up there again. It might happen. Surely it could. That'd be an interesting, different ending. You end up back in that world for this ending, because in all the endings you come back to real life. It'd be interesting if there was an ending where you stay there. Maybe the cat arrow girl, you stay there. I don't know, but there should be one when you stay there.
I think there is.
Just to switch it up. But it might not happen. Well, I have nothing to worry about now. Everything will be fine. Obviously, I was just seeing things. Exactly. I was just seeing things. It doesn't matter if everything felt real. It's just something happened. It claimed down confidence. Modern science all possible. It's not allowed. I laughed like, and the inner voice in my head. Verbal diarrhea. Great phrase. Popping out of my mouth, but it did not succeed. I feel as if speech exists and other things, and my brain prompted to calm down in the situation. Yeah, I'm freaking out. Open the window. There's a wall. There's a window. I remember what a window looks like. I could hear it first. And then I was like, there's a window. I hear a window. Was it a dream? Yeah, there's two options. I can agree it's just a dream and calm down, or I can trust my feelings and accept that it's real.
This is, I think, all stuff we've read before.
Yeah, I think so too. That's why I'm skipping
we'll
it so
get to
much.
the point where Ulyana probably shows up and tells something that's different.
That's the part that truly matters. A bunch.
Wouldn't it be creepy and weird if... It'd be creepy and weird.
Sorry, go ahead.
If Ulyana showed up as an adult.
Not creepy and weird. In fact, that's exactly what I expect.
Really?
Because remember when you ended up with Lena, we traveled into the future and you're both like 30 or 40. So of course that'll happen. And what the Alyssa...
I guess that'd be better than just boning a child. That's true.
You meet her and she's like 8. She's way younger.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
No,
remember with the Alyssa one, when you got back to the real world, you lived in the real world for a year before she showed up. So there's all kinds of time possibilities.
Usual existence. There's I'm a computer asshole.
I should have been reading some of this, because with the Alyssa one, he talked about how he got into music and became a rock leader. So maybe there's some stuff in here like... I don't care enough because I don't think it's going to tie into the ending.
So the camp, all this stuff, and it's changing
reading it.
Personality. I'm stubborn. Then if it hadn't been for Cotton Eye
so
Joe,
time passed.
The joy returns,
and now he's become way more sociable, is what I'm picking up.
Okay,
way more like not like a child, but like appreciative of things.
Okay, yeah, just cool.
Yeah, I guess so. Sociable. He's out and doing things now. That guy is Ulyana. It was my last season. It was the last session of the hardest subject to start. Most students didn't like it because of its difficulty and the hard to understand teacher, I suppose. But I felt a kind of pleasure in dealing with tables, graphs, and diagrams, counting the figures and pieces, arranging with columns, length, and right order, symbols from table to math, math.
What are you thinking about?
Reluctantly, I stopped writing and gazed at my class, like taking notes on a lecture, as you can see.
Oh, just screw it. Just read the workbook afterwards.
I'll read the workbook as well.
Always astonished by you.
So astonishing.
You're planning to gain a first-class diploma, aren't you?
I never thought about it.
Don't tell me you really find it interesting.
I remember just a moment ago, I mentioned myself and emblazoned.
Emblazoned.
Thank you, man.
You won't even need all this stuff.
Everything will be needed, at least for general development. The class. I bet you never read a single book in your whole life, you retard. Yes, isolating effect. He was right about that. Couldn't disagree with him there. You say it like it's a bad thing.
And there's nothing wrong about reading books neither.
Human beings can't have only material needs. I said, mocking him.
You're such a downer. Yawn. Yawn.
My lecture's approaching the end of the rest of the day. Need to buy some groceries later, finish project, do notes, and then even just right through. What?
Nothing.
I'm trying to read.
I know. I can tell. Yeah. 5 minutes to go.
Looked at my phone and realized it was exactly a year until. It's a year. Just like with the Alyssa timeline, my soul felt warmer from such thoughts. Jizz. Oh, nah, it's okay. I don't need to save. It's trying to make me though. It's not often anymore to recall those events. Obviously, one can't just forget something like that. Those ones are bizarre. Forever. Normally, just the heaviest ones fade and reminiscent memories. Recalling what happened. And
I could remember everything.
I can remember everything like it was last year.
And Ulyana was there.
Did he mention her by name yet?
Yeah, he just
Okay.
did. And you saw like, she was great. And
Right.
she
Yeah.
was saying all the
I'm
reasons
only
she was
here.
great.
Oh, look, it's Ulyana.
Oh, boy, everyone.
Start packing my
Yeah.
exercise book. I start getting ready to get the balls out of there, but then
Excuse me. Is this the lecture hall?
there's a sign on the door, dumb bitch.
No, there's not.
Start arguing right away. Girl's voice sounded offended. Girl's voice. Someone must have removed it.
So is it 34th?
Yeah. At least I close the back and raise my head and then stand up. Picture. Oh, what the? Oh, she's older. Well, she looks older, but maybe she's not because they've drawn her different ways. Who knows what's going on? The girl looked terribly familiar. Haven't we?
Yes, I thought the same.
She looked very surprised. But I don't remember where I could have met you.
Neither do I.
What year are you in?
First year.
Oh, still pretty much 17.
Everything's still ahead of me.
As if I'm already past
And
everything.
what about you?
Fourth.
So it's a difficult study.
The first year it is.
I knew it.
She said in an upset manner. But it gets easier with time. It's always easier when you get used to it.
Sometimes I'm too lazy to do things.
Yeah, that also happens.
Just having stuff in the first year. It's trying to be easy for me to prepare for examination.
You obviously did nothing. The first year was a long time ago, but suddenly I felt a strong desire to ask her phone number, so I lied. Yes, maybe, but I'll have to check.
That's great.
We exchanged our telephone numbers. There you go, boys. Just lie. My name is Semyon. What should I call you? And then I realized who the girl reminded me of. Exactly. She reminded me of Alyssa. She was bratty and had reddish hair.
Right.
Well, exactly. Ulyana. She's around 5 years older. All right. For a moment, I was lost for words.
What is not their name? Leonard's name.
She said, pouting. No, just. Have you ever been to a pioneer camp?
When I was a kid, why are you asking?
In the blink of an eye, all the events that happened suddenly flashed in front of my eyes, so it wasn't a dream.
I thought they were just some kids not fire anyone.
Ulyana added, so you weren't wearing a uniform?
The one with the red neckerchief and carved out flash police or what?
She laughed loudly. So why? Oh, sorry, I see you. She just couldn't be to me a second. That's a girl much older than Ulyana. The girl is
my
much
bag.
older. He reinserts himself into the scene. Maybe she just looks like her. If I had a dream and I think I saw you there. Well, he just said you can't say that. A kind of deja vu.
In that moment, Ulyana fused into a vortex in space-time and sucked herself and me and the whole school and Russia into it. A black hole.
But at least she sucked me.
Yeah,
The end.
right. Yeah.
Some pun.
That's funny. That's
It's
stupid.
when one sees something for the first time and believes that he hasn't seen it before.
Now that you mention it,
Her face became serious.
I'm very serious right now. I'm seeing someone else. Definitely. Man says the thing you said.
Intense coincidence, don't you think? Interesting.
I don't know. And I see a Garcia.
Oh, this guy. Meanwhile, imagine this guy is just like serious and existentially looking at his desk
Yeah.
blankly, completely detached from this conversation and everything around him. He's just questioning his life.
Yeah.
And
Right.
this guy's story is way more interesting, but we're not going to hear anything about him. Appear. No. No. It turns around. Hello, sir. Would you mind taking a seat?
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm referencing?
No.
He's on the show where they catch pedophiles.
Oh, yeah.
So
You
this
thought-
whole
yeah.
time.
No, it's Chris
sir.
Hansen.
Yeah, it's Chris Hansen. He was there for the whole thing.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, it's
That'd
funny.
be a perfect
That's
ending.
a great ending.
What makes you think it's okay to talk to little girls? You said terrible things. We've got all the conversations right here. It's like, it was a pioneer. It was Olga Dmitrievna's fault. She made us get into
Olga
doggy
Dmitrievna
position.
is part of our crew. It's dream come true. I'll see this forever cheerful girl again for sure. Yeah. All right. That's the end. I mean, you can't do anything else with that. right?
Oh,
Right? You're done.
Well,
You're
that was my.
Pedo Bear. What?
That's awesome.
Attack on Pedo Bear?
That's awesome. That at least they're self-aware.
It's awesome, but I'm disturbed.
It is a little disturbing.
It's like,
Well, that was my least favorite playthrough.
I agree. It was the least interesting.
Yeah,
And
I'm
now-
excited to
now I
do
can-
Miku next.
Do her.
Miku?
Yeah. We'll do her platonically because she is so old.
Yeah, and then Jenya, and then finally the
Cat ears.
cat ears girl. The cat ears girl, by the way, we have to decide whether we want the. We have to decide with the cat ears girl whether we want the normal ending or the harem ending, which just seems great.
Let's do that. Wait, can you not do both?
No, you have to pick one. I mean, you could play it through and do both. I don't know the difference. Okay, for one, I think the harem ending probably is not for the people who play it uncensored. But
Shoot, whatever.
I'm just saying I was looking at the two ending options that this girl.
Yeah.
She apparently has one called the harem ending.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
I know, because I think at that point you've played through the whole game. And they're just like, just show them all the vaginas, you know.
Yeah, you've unlocked all the vaginas.
So stupid.
All right, well,
We'll
you'll
see you
next
guys later.
time.
We're gonna talk to.
Bye.
Bye.